Okay, next one is absolutely one that's rising in value. A Web of Spider-Man number 118. The first Scarlet Spider, or the first solo clone story this one goes down as. Great cover, though, on this one as well. I've definitely come around on this one. This is one I didn't really like too much because in the 90s I collected comics, but I never really got into the Scarlet Spider too much, and kind of bugged me that like there was a Spider-Man clone and it wasn't Peter Parker. It was like Ben Reilly as Spider-Man during this time, so I wasn't too big into, Scarlet Spider. But nowadays, this one is a really tough one on the census, actually, or a pretty tough one. Like, definitely in the class of like a tougher 9.8 in 1990s comics. And absolutely rising in price. Yeah, a couple prices here. Saw one sell on Comic Link. We documented this one on a recent video. $550. Then a recent one on eBay in a 9.8 white pages went for $589.99. And this was one, yeah, about a year ago, just maybe a little bit before the hot comic book market started really heating up. This was like $250, $275, maybe into the 300s if you really wanted it. So it's absolutely rising in value. Mentioned it's a great 9.8, 200 9.8s in a blue label, a 1 of 200. That's pretty fantastic. And 17.5% is the 9.8 ratio. That's phenomenal. That's pretty phenomenal for, like, this one's a key issue, but it's not super heavily graded. I would imagine if there were any kind of Scarlet Spider type of, content coming out in pop culture, a ton of these would become graded, and then the 9.8 ratio would even get lower because it's like a medium type of heavily graded type of book. There's only 200 in a 9.8, but 17.5% of all graded copies are 9.8. So that's phenomenal. Yeah, like that's pretty low for a 1990s comic book. A lot of times you see them like 30, 40%. So only 17.5% of all graded copies are 9.8. So this is a tough 9.8. It's trending up in price. And like there's some potential there with the Scarlet Spider. I know leading into like the Across the Spider-Verse movies, maybe he gets in there, but I would say that's a speculation. This is just more great cover, first appearance, tough 9.8. Like it's just making sense regardless of any kind of, movie speculation or anything like that. So yeah, Web of Spider-Man 118, 9.8, hopefully closer to like $550 is like an absolute price target to aim for on that. That one just feels undervalued, especially when I looked on the census, realized it's like a great 9.8 on the census. If you're liking my videos, please subscribe and hit that bell, and I'll keep you updated on future content.